So like what it comes down is just like this is the first time I saw related JLo movies. I knew about her obviously from like my own childhood, seeing her in the more entertainment scene and acting, which can be fun in different ways depending on how you approach it and how much passion that you have into getting into character. For action movies, it might be some restrictions. I thought that her character was playing out as someone that was cool. So the movie starts with the mother, and I thought it was heavily implied because she was addressing her concept that they're playing on a light tone, so it starts being pregnant and she's in an integration and she's doing a mission, right? It's just like the setting is that's kind of forced in that kind of clinical setting. That's why you get the impression, oh, this is this is something that she was wanted to express about. So I kind of like took the lines of like saying, okay, well, a during the movie there was a risk, so I guess I would thought maybe the emphasis of the thought process because it was a buzzer. The first thought process I gravitated was she's pregnant and there's a wound and she's her fetus is at risk and what's up, and this could lead to possible thoughts of miscarriages. uh, in an obstetric gynecology sense, there's five different types of miscarriages. A traumatic wound makes me think, well, what can arise from that, right? So, like, you look at a cervical os, is it open or closed? And then it may have certain other application. I think an ultrasound and stuff. It's been a long time. I'm not gonna lie. So I might review this to see. Drafting this on was so I'm just like kind of like disclosing thought process and then refining it, right? So like, uh, I guess you could say it's like, what kind of miscarriage could this be? You know, this could lead to a form of uh, so in my head it's like it's introducing a wound and it's becoming a site for infections, so that could lead on to something form which can lead to a stance of causing inflammation that can lead to possible it's not like I have to characterize. I'll review it. I think it might be interesting to like grasp that since the aspect of pregnancy I was kind of taken on. So but it's a very at that stage I was watching it, it's very superficial, right? So now I'm gonna come along these lines. It's just like certain highlights for me in my head, but like they may not be correct. So I was really into dogs recently, having played with a dog recently, and there's been ongoing jokes related to that. So what I like to say is just like there were certain things in relation to the movies, and I was obsessing about the aspects of the wolves being territorial, and I was gonna say they could smell blood better than I expected, and I was really obsessing about blood recently. Talking for the implication that this is where the goal is, right? for for certain animals, and it scared me, and I dare not say uh, the weirdness of the dogs, the wolf's pups colors, but you know, JLo had a gun, so I'm going to say she won that exchange of like implication. So just to let you know, there was aspects of the film which led on to them tailing a some fugitive and going to some other like country. Just small snippets will come to my knowledge, my head, and I'm just like, oh, that recalls, and like they are gonna be medically influenced because generally, the idea for me it was just like, um, I'm trying to reach that as my profession, right? So like, they were taking lines of the analytical stuff books and on smelling it. This is used for perfumes for smelling it. But then in my head, I was just like, this is used for cocaine, and this is the derogatory stats for the fugitive. What does it stand for? So like, it's like the site for I think blood, a particular analytical landmark, so like a blood vessel, what's up. But like, it's not so important. Right? Um, yeah, I'm just trying to remember it. So it's just like, okay, I've expressed that in lines. Where does it come down in fleshing it in terms of like what I'm trying to package? Those are aspects in this film that I think an interesting stance. I just like I do like to clarify. So like I think we're past that point of like saying that was enough, but like characterization of the co-cast. I was trying to figure out if that character was existing at the start, uh, being in lines with uh being in line with Jado, her her fluctuation on how she goes into she is trying to portray her character, but I feel like it's uh there's nothing that kind of like it's more like she's acting like a soldier, right? She's like in the mentality process of like someone that's in a mission, someone that has to be calm and collected and do things. It doesn't like it's not a movie that stretches her ability to like get in character or in touch with someone that's outside the normal of the expectation of like uh a person's circumstance or situation. Does that make sense for characterization or like build up? Right? She doesn't need to like push out uh oddities in personality or so, you know. So missions seems to be having a target from what I can understand. So trying to align the progress of the story, her presence seems to be more subtly linked to the movie title rather than having any huge impact with the story, and I can't seem to connect with the villain, which is a deplorable forgettable for me. As she mentioned, her character comes in lines in and then she has a child and it's so there's a she comes in child and there's a time gap from the start to the current events leading onwards. I thought it was kind of funny in implication of like onwards. It's just like so technically she married the main villain. Oh, this part strange setting, and I can't picture it. We seem to explore that the mission related that this was another child she had, but also links well with the movie title. Uh, Subtlety tells me it's Crew's caution sign for mistakes on interpretation incorrectly. That's in time for emotional well-being. Yeah, so his co-star was just like he was wearing tattoos, large guy was like William Cruz, Cruz, Cruz. Yeah, so it goes subtitles. And yeah, the name was like Lines of Saint Zoe. I don't know what it is. Oh yeah, the end. He was killed off, but like that's fine. All right. So the kid needs to. So there's some things that I was taking surprise, and I didn't know if there was like a stretch error or not. Like kid had some insight on putting down that the that was attached. Joe knew the shopkeeper quite well, or something like that. And near the end, she was like, so "That's imagine you're imagining the interaction is more normal than you think." Um, so the kid, and then okay, this is my mental joke, right? So the quick quells was food because of my mental ability. The beans made me realize that she's finding a hard case of a political stance. The 45 minutes and near the end. Coincidentally, I was like rooting for like the wolves as they were looking after it, and it was on the hunting program. So as she started hunting them down, she shot the wolf dodged. It was quick lightning reflexes there, and I couldn't like argue the kids that there was no way that there she was gonna be able to shoot. So the wolf always had the upper hand. So I didn't get the stats that the time gap starting from the beginning to where to the events of the child. And on a personal state, currently in the flow of the scenes, I can ask. Oh, the line that I liked, really enjoyed this in a movie was, "Answers are tough. There are things you just don't know yet. I'm here. Whatever the questions, that's the answer." That was pretty cool. That was a great line. I think all of us carry this is like there's a lot of uncertainty and uncomfort that we can go through. But like if you're present and you make yourself know that you're not gonna quit, then like we can all say answers will come and you may find the one that you want. So it's a star depiction and generally the whole movie emphasis is just depicting her like how much of a cool mother she can be, in my opinion. Right? So her child looks a bit different in terms of skin tone or what's up. I have no idea, man. It's just like there was something weird about the child and the mother though. It's like Raw was just like we got no choice.
Hey everyone, thank you for putting the effort to watch the effort I placed on making something of an entertaining video. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said before, it's not forced, but like I really would appreciate any contribution and support you give to this channel, as it gives me more motivation and more incentive to enjoy more video creating and content creation. Uh, if you find that the content drifts away at any point, you can always unsubscribe. It's no big deal. Again, it doesn't mean much. It doesn't take much from you, but it means a whole bunch of me. And it would feel great if you would just reward my efforts of trying to be positive and contributionary. Thank you so much. Bye.